Hello everyone. Today I will be assisting you on how to develop a database management system even without zero coding knowledge. This is for absolutely for beginners, but the people, guys who does not have programming background or who are entering very beginners to this field, software engineering field. And some in that era of my life, I was dying to develop a working database management system. So I thought of doing a video for beginners to assist how they can develop a database management system even without zero coding knowledge. The technologies I will be using for this are for backend I'll be using PHP. For frontend I'll be using HTML and CSS. HTML is the mandatory one, CSS for styling only, and database is MySQL. That's mandatory. Mandatory. To save data, you need to have MySQL. Prerequisites for this are SAMP and VS Code. You need to download and install these software. So I'll be. This is how you can download SAMP. You have to search like download SAMP and go to the first thing and download this one. And I'm not going to in detail show you how to download and install SAMP because there are plenty of videos already in the internet which teach you how to download and install SAMP. So next thing is you have to download and install VS Code. For that also you have to search like this and click on the first link which pops up, and here you can find the download button. You can click that, and once it is downloaded you can install it. There are plenty of videos for downloading and installing VS Code also. If you find any difficulties, you can follow them and download and install VS Code also. VS Code also not mandatory. You can use even Notepad for coding, but it is a good practice to use the IDE. IDE is the Integrated Development Environment. It's good to use IDE if you enter into software development field. Doing this Notepad is not a good practice and it's really hard. Once SAMP is downloaded, you can download and install SAMP. You can search like SAMP in your search bar. And this window will pop up. Now you have to start Apache and MySQL. Okay. If these are green, it's okay. It's started correctly. I'm minimizing this. Now, once SAMP is downloaded in my computer in C drive, there's a folder called SAMP. You have to go inside that SAMP folder. There's a htdocs folder inside that. You have to go inside that also. That's where you are going to create the database management system file. This PC C SAMP htdocs is the place path. Okay, now I'm going to create a new folder. This is your database management system. Give it a name. I'm going to give it as contact list. Okay. And now I'm going inside this folder. Now we need to start this folder, open this folder in VS Code. For that you have type cmd in the path bar so that this command prompt will pop up in the with the path. Contact list your path. Now you have to type code space dot and now your project starts in VS Code. Contact list has opened in VS Code automatically. Otherwise, you can manually open this after opening VS Code. This is the easiest. Now I'm going to ChatGPT. We are using ChatGPT to create the database with zero programming knowledge. Now I'm asking ChatGPT to please help me to create a PHP form to enter name, contact number, and mail. To send data to MySQL database. They are showing it step by step. Remember, this is for very beginners. That's why we are using ChatGPT for code generation. Once you create the database, you can study the code and get an learning, get an understanding about coding from this one. This is good first step. Now I'm copying this code, create the file to paste the code. Form.php. Okay. Yes. Yeah, they have shown it as form.html. That's not no difference. There's a difference. HTML for front end only. You can use either HTML or PHP for this file. I'm using PHP. Now we can see the form we have created. You have to type locus first, then your folder name, then your file name. Press enter. This is the form ChatGPT has created for you. So you can use this one. Now this is the part and that form is not functioning. To send data to the database, you need to have enter this PHP code. Create a file for that one also. That's submit.php. Now we are going to copy this code and paste it. See, they have mentioned that you have to create a file named submit.php and there, that is this. Now you can go to MySQL, click on this admin button, which directs to phpMyAdmin, where you can create all databases and database tables. Now I'm going to create the required database. I'm naming this database as contact list. Now I'm creating this database. Now when we use a database management system for this data to get saved, you need to have a database, and there should be tables in the um, database. That's what we are doing. We are going to create a database and create a table inside that database for data to be saved. Now this is the database we created to save contact details. Now I'm going to create a table to save contact details. There they have given you the code. If you don't have this SQL, since we are using ChatGPT, they have created the code for creating a table. Otherwise, you can use this interface and easily create with a table with the GUI. Otherwise, you can simply copy and paste the query and create the table. Creating table from query is easy if you are using ChatGPT. Otherwise, it's easy to create using ready-built interface. Okay, our table has created now. Our table has created with the query. If you didn't use ChatGPT, you can create table using GUI DBMS as like this. I'm not going to do that since the table is already created. Okay, now our table is already created. Otherwise, what you do is click on the new button and it give the column names and data types of column names and create the table. Okay. Now we have or created the submit.php file also. So here, server name, username, password, EP name, you have to put these things according to your database. Usually when you install XAMPP for the first time, the username is root, password is blank, and database is the database you created uh, contact list that which we created earlier. Contact list was the database name. Okay. Now we can save this one. See whether it's working. Name, contact number, email. And clicking submit button. Yeah, new record created successfully. I'm getting the success message. Now let's see whether the data have been saved. You need to refresh to see whether the data have been saved. See, the data has saved successfully as the message given. Now we can beautify the form. Sorry. Before that, we are going to create a view for data. Now it's giving only the message the data saved successfully, and we have to go back to database and check whether data have been saved. In real database, that's not the case. You need to have a view to view the data which have been entered. Who is generating the code as we requested. I'm going to copy this one. Now, as they have mentioned, I'm going to create the file view.php and I'm pasting this code here. I'm going to save this one. Now let's see view.php. We have to again put edit this username and password and DB name in this file also. So up here, username is root, password is empty, and database name is contact list. I'm saving this. So now let's refresh this one. You can see the front end, data in the front end. Now let's beautify the form. This is not the sorry. Now we are going to redirect to the view after form submission. But otherwise you have to change the URL and see whether the data have been saved. Here's how you can redirect to view.php. These codes we have already coded. The header location view.php. That's the one we need. We have to add this part to our code. Form.php. Sorry, submit.php. Instead of giving success message in the interface, you have to redirect to view.php file. In this code, instead of success message, we are redirecting to view.php. Header location view.php. Now I'm saving this one. Now let's see. Let's go back to form. Name, contact number, email, submit. See, it's redirected to view.php and data have been successfully saved in. Finally, we are going to beautify the form. Please beautify the form with CSS. CSS used to beautify, otherwise, without CSS also, the code is functioning properly. But to make database management system more attractive, you can use CSS. And now we can copy this code and paste the form.php on top of form.php. Now let's refresh and see. Now the form is beautiful. Now let's do the same for view.php. Here you are getting the code. You just need to copy and paste this on top of the previous view.php. Remember that even though we generate this code from ChatGPT and paste it, after creating, you have to study these things. If you are beginner and if you have desire to go with coding, yeah, I can paste this and save. Now let's enter data in. Okay, this is the database management system we created. I think this was useful for a beginner or someone who is in another field other than software engineering or for software developing. Okay, thank you very much.